Guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing the second episode to my build school houses series. So last episode we left our half mansion. It's kind of a mansion. I don't know what I would call it. Please give me your suggestion. Tell me, is it a mansion, or would you say this should just be a big house instead of a... Because I wouldn't class this as a mansion. It's not really the right shape, and it's not quite big enough. But hey ho, give me your thoughts. One thing I want to say, thanks for 30 subscribers. We're well on our way to my goal, which is about 50. 50 subscribers is definitely our next goal. But anyway, we're starting this episode over by the small build. So I did framework on this build like I could do with the big build, just so I could show you what framework is. And this week, because we're doing walls, I wanted to start off here again and do some walls on here to show you the basic concept on how I would build walls. So here's going to be the front, and here and what I love to see in walls is nice depth. Depth is really key for me. So I've got a stair at the top here to give it some depth. Now if you don't want to put a stair at the top, then you do have other options, like doing something like this. Not too shabby. Or you can take up some of your wall space and do something like that. Because to be honest, that looks quite cool. But if you put some blocks behind it, that actually looks quite cool. But I reckon we're going to go with the simplest, and we're just going to have a stair on the top. So those are just a few different design choices you can do for the entrance. And remember, this is very minuscule compared to what we're doing over there. This is supposed to be a small build, to show you the basics of what I'm doing. Anyway, now we're going to move on to this massive wall over here. And I've had a bit of an idea for this wall. We're going to put a huge window on it, because another thing I love doing is adding in massive windows into my builds. Because I don't really like the glass blocks. I think they're extremely ugly. We just replaced all these panes with blocks real quick. There is no real depth, and there's nothing that really shines to me about this, because it is just one flat wall. But as soon as you start adding in glass panes, I think it's not really a flat wall anymore, and it really gives the final touch. And again, stairs are a very nice way to put in depth into your build. No, that doesn't go there. So you can do this, or you can raise up the window by one, and you can have a stair on the bottom, just like that. But I'm not really sure about doing it like that, because at the bottom it does look like the panes are further out than the stairs, so it doesn't really look like the glass is in place. So I just have blocks there, and that'll be good. Haven't really done planning for the other walls, but because of the size of the build we've got here, we can't really have too many windows. But I reckon, yeah, we'll leave that wall flat. Or if you really hate flat walls, one thing you can do, a little design thing I like to do on flat walls, where if I can't put in a window because there's not enough space, then you can have design features like that. I reckon I'm just going to keep this wall actually not completely flat, because depth is really key in my opinion, because it just makes it look that little bit nicer. So I reckon I'm just going to put in this design, and then you can do whatever you want up here, and you can put more stairs like that. I don't think that really works though. There are so many different designs you can do with stairs. It's really all up to you. It's really all up to you. So whatever you want to do, you do it in your base. I'm just giving you my thoughts and ideas on how I would build. So here, because it's got a 2x2 square, I reckon this is actually quite a nice place to put a window. But here I reckon we'll leave this wall flat. Or you can do whatever design you want. It's really up to you. So I think I can't really leave this wall flat, can I? Yeah, I reckon that works. Or I could do that just to make it look a little bit more symmetrical. Yeah, I reckon that works. And now just to finish off, I reckon we're going to repeat the same thing as we did on this wall. I'm not sure if we actually need that. You know what, I could just put it like that. Yeah, that's a lot better. That looks like an upside down face. Just look at it. Like, I look at that upside down. Kind of looks like a face. Sorry I've yibba-yabbered on so long about these walls, but I'll just get this done. So that's the kind of design I want to do for the walls over there. We're probably going to be using oak. So yeah, I reckon we're going to go get started. Let me just get my materials. So what do we want? And also any suggestions on what you think I could have done better in this? I want to see all of them. Don't be shy. Put in as many comments as you want. Yeah, and another thing that I forgot to mention is definitely color palette. So you can either use, I think spruce and dark oak work really well. Then again, birch and just normal planks work really well. So I'm gonna take that because they're not too different in shade of like their color. They're very similar in that kind of sense. So I'm sort of running out of things to say now. So we're going to want to start off with the front wall, and remember, we're going to be doing it like this because that's how I sort of designed the framework for it to be able to accommodate the walls being one inside of it. So I reckon we're going to get some grass and we're just going to replace all of these. Okay, and now we're just going to start off by building up the wall, and then we'll go find a middle. So let me just time lapse me building up this wall. Okay guys, so now that we've finished that short time lapse of me just building up this front wall, we can actually get to work on the creativity of it. So we want to try find the center, which that looks like the center. So we can go for a big design or a small design. It's really up to how you want to build, but I think I want to keep this design fairly basic. So that'll work because I want to put some design, put more of my effort into the other walls. So now what we're going to want to do, and if you're following with this along exactly, You have to go back and count how many blocks are in the framework. But that is commitment if you are actually following what I'm doing. So we just got to set the time back to sunrise. Okay, yeah, sunrise. And we could make these walls bigger, these windows bigger. We could make them one higher. But I reckon I'm not going to. So, one tip when you're building walls on the outside of your house and you got grass underneath them, just replace it with whatever block your wall is, so that it just matches. I think it just looks really nice. Same with your door. And that's the basics of that part. Now we've got a very flat wall up here, so we could do some cooler design with the stairs. But what I think I want to do is I want to build something like a little hobbit hole window, because I think these look really cool. I normally build these in mountains, but I reckon they'll work quite well in this. I think yeah, we need to move this one lower, and that'll be perfect. So I don't want to put too much detail in it, but I don't want to just leave half a wall completely bare. I think that would really ruin the build. So you really want to mess around with what you can do. Now I could have put a balcony here, but I think these just look much cooler. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break this. And it's very difficult to actually place the glass panes in the right place. Sorry, my tongue's gone dry from talking. So I would say that's the front wall done. I think that looks quite nice, as it is. So we've got plenty going on with the wall. I'm not going to add in any more detail. Now I think all I've got to do is add in some more walls. So yeah, I'm going to add in these two walls now, and then we're going to get to designing them. So yeah, time-lapse time, let's go. Okay guys, so now we've got those two walls built. But we now have this kind of section here. And don't worry, we'll be adding in some detail here. But I'm not sure we're going to add in any windows on the bottom of this, because I'm not sure it really works, because I'm going to be wanting to add in some archways here. But I don't want to leave these walls completely bare. Okay, sorry guys, my clip ended, but I reckon we'll get right back to what we were doing. I was sort of having a struggle on what I was actually going to put on these walls. Because I'm not sure I can really put anything, because in my exterior details episode I'm going to do for this, I'm going to add in some cool details at the front here. So I reckon we're going to leave these walls bare until we do the exterior detail, probably. Or can we put something in there now? No, I reckon we're good. So this is sort of the entrance area, and we're gonna add in a pathway here, don't worry, and then we'll have a some art, like a canopy area. I think that'll be really cool. So anyway, we're now gonna move on to these walls. So let me time lapse building these. So see you in a second, guys. Okay, guys. So now that we've built these, we now have a complete front end of the build, and we have two blank canvases to work with. So I reckon we can get right to it and start off by building a 3x3 window in each side. Oh god, why is it raining? Also, I'm not sure I'm going to do another time lapse this episode, because I reckon you're getting a little bit bored of me just putting on 20-second time lapses. But the only problem with these panes is that they're very hard to place in the right area. But we've got that done, and you can add in whatever detail, but I reckon I'm just going to add in this across the top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place in that 3x3 on the other side. And remember, this is in the direct middle, so if you're copying me exactly, then there should be 2 blocks on either side. So now those are done, we're just going to quickly add in a slight bit of detail. We've still got 2 blank walls, 2 blank parts of walls here and here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some fences. I reckon we could grab birch. Yeah, we can make... Oh no, I've just chosen the wrong fence. Okay, well now I've done that, we can now move on to what I've been planning to build here. Now, you could build this out of birch, but now I'm sort of regretting getting the birch because the oak just fits way more. So what we're going to do is we're going to build here. So we're going to build 1 block out from either side of here, and we're going to do that until we get 2 blocks out from the main wall. And then we're going to add in some fences there and break these blocks. So now you should have a 3x3 square, and you now have a balcony. And you can do whatever you want. You can even add in support beams if you really, really want to get that finishing touch. Very difficult to place because if you're in the hitbox of it, then it won't place. But you can do that. You can even do it slightly differently, but that won't really work with this build. I mean, I suppose you could do it like that, which I think actually looks better. God, I'm really improvising here. But I think that looks really nice. So now the balcony looks like it's actually supported by something. And I'm just going to go and repeat the same process over on this side. So if you missed, it's 5 blocks along here, 1 block that hasn't been built on either side. You got to go two blocks out from the main wall. Then in the middle, you got to destroy a 3x3 area. I've just realised I'm doing a lot of talking. And then you gotta add it, finally you gotta add in the ports, just like that. And then you gotta do the same on either side. And that is the front of the house done. Now I will see you when I've built all of these walls. That was a real grind, but I have done the rest of the walls to this house. Oh god, that took a while. But anyway, I've sort of used all of my tricks on these walls. So now this is the time when you guys get creative and you can build your own sort of ideas. But me, I don't know what I'm gonna build. Oh, I've had an idea. Let's get some trapdoors, and maybe I could do this. You could do, so you could do like a hobbit hole, but it's a window. I think that would be quite cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to find about the middle of the wall, so about around here. I can't remember the exact design, but I reckon we're going to build this out of birch first of all, just so that we have a slightly different colour palette. And we need birch trapdoors. And then we're going to put window in the main bit. So, I think you get the idea of this now. Also, if you're wondering where I got this type of design from, I'm not sure if I've done this correct. But if you're wondering where I got the actual design idea from, I got it from TJC Streams, so shout out to him in this video. So if you want to go watch his video where he uses this, then go ahead. But make sure you watch that after you've watched me. Obviously. I'm not sure that's right. Maybe like that. Yeah, that looks more like it. So now what you can do this. And then you can have a window inside of here. Now, of course, you're going to want to replace all of this with birch. And make that birch. And then you can fill this all in with glass panes. Okay, these chickens are getting on my nerves. Yeah, get in the building. Get in. I'll kill you all in the next episode, don't worry. Okay. So now that you have this, you can do whatever you want around the other parts. Oh god, that's not symmetrical. Yeah, be creative, do whatever you want. I think I'm just gonna add in another hobbit hole thing. Another hobbit hole style window. These are very easy to construct. Just saying. So, they're not original because this is probably the simplest way to build it. But I'm not. But building circles in Minecraft is very difficult, and I ain't got time for that when I got to actually post on YouTube. And I don't use World Edit. That just adds on to the reasons why I shouldn't really use it. It makes circles and spheres, and it's just not what I can do. It's out of my league, 100%. Now let's just quickly get this over and done with. But I'm really stuck on what to say. Oh no, I'll put that in on the wrong layer. Okay, so this is sort of a hobbit hole style kind of decorations I've gone for. And then over here, you can put whatever you want. I'm not sure what I want to put over there. I could put in one of my balconies, but then that wouldn't really fit the hobbit hole style. Because hobbits, they don't really go outside. So I reckon I'm just going to want to align that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then I got a stair on that block. No, that block. Oh yeah, because that's not symmetrical. Oh god. That's one block of being symmetrical. Okay, so I guess we'll do that 2 blocks away. Just like that. No one will really notice the difference. So if you don't get it completely exact, don't worry. If you can't do your house completely exact, you don't really need to. No, who else is really gonna look at it? But if you are really big on everything being symmetrical and it all being perfect, you do you. But I'm just gonna stick to this. Okay, well, I'm not sure you really want to watch me design any more windows. So I reckon I'll see you when I've done decorating. Yeah, I'll see you when I've finished decorating. Spent the past 20 minutes designing all of these walls and then putting those designs into practice. So now for the front we have this design. For the sides, I've gone with this. So I've actually changed this kind of design here. So it now looks like that. Then here, I've actually forgotten to add in support, but they'll be in by next episode. And that's the back of the house. Then we've got this side of the house, which is exactly the same as the other side of the house, just it's moved over to the other block. And then we're back around to the front. So let's have a look at our small build, which I'm doing the demonstrations on. This is it now. And then let's look at our massive build. And this is very big for what I normally do. Anyway, I think there's one thing left to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.